It is the final major of the year. It goes quickly. April, May, June, July. McIlroy, Scheffler, J.J. Spawn. Last time we were here at Portrush 6 years ago, Shane Lowry had his name on top of that leaderboard. And hello again, and welcome, Rich Lerner, alongside Brandel Chambly and Paul McGinley. We're excited. 6:35 a.m. local time. It gets started tomorrow. That's a 1:35 Eastern time in the United States. A field of 156 ready to get after it here at one of the great courses in the world. It is Portrush, a little less than 7,400 yards, a par of 71. The cut in 2019 was 1 over par. Shane Lowry winning at minus 15. He shot 63, round number 3. Golf course, for the moment, it is firm, and you can see it's quite green, but there is some rain in the forecast. Whatever the weather, every aspect will be tested.
This golf course has a few false fronts on the greens, which is, I would say, a bit unusual for links golf. You know, a lot of times people talk about running it up, but it's quite difficult to run it up if there's a false front on the green, especially if you're playing into the wind. So here, there's a lot of different shots you have to play, and you know, it's an interesting golf course, and from what I've seen, it seems to be really fun to play and very fair.
I mean, I think this is why this is an unbelievable venue. It's everything, you know. If you pick the correct club off the tee, you can maybe get away with a few loose drives, but then again, it's very lie biased. Chipping is tricky. Greens are firm, and they're a little bit slower than what we played even last week. Thank goodness, because if they were faster, it'd be even more difficult. And then putting's always tricky with wind. There's some holes where the mounds cover the greens, and some holes that are more exposed where the wind's going to affect the ball on the green. So I really think whoever wins this week is an extremely well-rounded player.
We all have different strengths in our game. Obviously, what I would think is the most important one, due to the severity of the wind, is understanding how to control the trajectory of your golf ball, right? And controlling spin rate for all those shots into the wind. I would say that's basic. The most basic thing you need to do to probably be an Open champion, and understanding how that ball flight would make the ball react on the green and on the fairways.
I have a real appreciation for how well bunkered it is off the tee. It's like, okay, well, I could hit a 2-iron off the tee, but that brings this bunker into play. But then if I hit driver, it'll bring this bunker. So you have to take on the shot. You have to say, okay, well, I'm going to commit to hitting this shot, and I'm just going to have to avoid. You know, it's not like some courses that we go to in the open rota. You can just take the bunkers out of play. You can lay up short of them, or you can go beyond them. Where here, there's always one bunker or another bunker in play. So I think off the tee, it provides a very, very good test.
And players really like it. Paulie, how about the weather?
Yeah, we got a bit of everything coming in, and I like that. I like the volatility it's going to bring to the playing conditions, because not alone are the ground conditions going to change with that bit of rain coming in, and it will soften up a little bit. It'll slow down the greens quite a lot, but we're also going to have some changing, shifting winds as the week goes on. We're seeing it there southeast to southwest, and then we go into the weekend. We're looking at maybe moving even all the way around to the east as well, and possibly the north. So volatility is good, whether it be in the golf course and in the scoring or in the weather, and I think that brings a little bit more intrigue into what will be a great week.
What's the impact of the winds?
Well, the impact of the winds here, this golf course moves in so many different directions, and that's what's so great about it. And golf courses historically are built, you know, remember, these courses are built 100 years ago, a couple of 100 years ago. And if you go back to the old courses like Royal Troon, and you look at St Andrews and maybe even Turnberry, they're like a hammer, you know, like a hammer and nail. And it's like a kind of, you go out and you turn around at the top, and then you come back in again. And then you go to maybe a square one like Muirfield, kind of just an absolute square. This one is a little bit more like an American football shape. What we got is, you know, you start out and then you go around, and now it goes into spaghetti junction, and you're all over the place. And as the players talked about, there in those interviews, you're constantly looking at your wind map. You're constantly looking at these yardages. You're constantly having a quarter wind from what you had in the previous hole. Last year in Royal Troon going out, in general, the wind, if it was right to left going out, you'd had 6-7 holes in a row, and then vice versa coming back in. Not the case here in Royal Portrush. And again, that brings caddies into it. It brings the wind maps into it. It brings a little bit more volatility into it.
take a look here at the wind directions.
This is it here. And if you look at down the bottom there, 1, 2, 3, 4, they go in nearly similar directions. One is not. But that is the prevailing wind there where the wind is showing. That's what we're expecting over the first couple of days. Kind of veering off that south wind, but somewhere like that. That'll mean 2, 3, and 4. That's the one area where the winds are going to be pretty consistent. Because once you get past that fourth hole, then things start turning around a little bit. 5 is going to be drivable with the wind off the right-hand side, but out of bounds just behind it. 6, a wonderful par 3 in off the left-hand side. Never easy to play a long iron shot with a wind coming in off the left. 7, the par 5 is going to be on in 2, and an 8. Now you go into what the locals call Spaghetti Junction there. You've got around that 9th green area, you've got the 11th green, you've got the 9th green, you've got the 10th tee box, and the 14th green is not too far away from there as well too. So then again, now look at all these shifts again. Look, you're going in all over the place. This is keeping you on your toes as a player, keeping you on your toes as a caddy. You're having to work the ball in these crosswinds all the time. There's very few, if any, holes going to play straight downwind or straight into the wind. You're always quartering either off your right and off your left. It's a real good test of skill shots. Can you play a left to right wind? Can you play a right to left wind? Can you hold it? Can you use the wind? It asks lots of questions, and that's what's so great about the design of this golf course, is because they all move in such different directions. That's what makes it so challenging.
And just to further complicate things, in addition to the holes going in every direction, the wind's going to come from pretty much every direction this week. South-southeast day 1, 10 to 20. Friday, it's going to turn about 45 degrees, come out of the southwest. It's going to rain, likely 70%. So again, subtle differences here. You look at 16 up there in the top left corner. You look at 6, dead into the wind. The very next day, different direction. It's going to be coming almost 90 degrees different right out of the east. Maybe not that hard, 5 to 10 miles an hour, but again, with a lot of rain, likely 60% chance. So the players are just going to have to make these constant adjustments. And Sunday, out of the north, northeast, rain very likely. So 4 straight days likely of rain, 4 straight days of completely different wind directions on a golf course that does not, as Paul just underscored, go out and come back in. So from a difficulty standpoint, this one's 9 or 10 out of 10. All the way around. You couldn't ask for more of a challenge as this week sets up for the first day.
And then the diagonal fairways, Brandel?
Yeah, look, I mean, that's one of the great things about great architects, and certainly Harry Colt is amongst the best. When people talk about golf course critics, golf course architects critics, they say, you know, building golf course is a bit like building restaurants. They're not all the same. Some are Michelin star restaurants. Harry Colt has a knack for building Michelin star golf courses. We'll just take a look at a couple of these diagonal fairways that the players will face this week. And again, there are scores of them. But the 9th, it's not a particularly long hole, 439 yards, but the fairway sits at a cant from like 5 o'clock on the face of a clock to 11 o'clock. See those bunkers on the right? Again, you know, with the wind's going to be off the left here 3 of the 4 days, either in off the left or down off the left or directly off the left. That's a sliver of a fairway amongst a sea of sand dunes. So exceedingly difficult fairway to hit. And those bunkers, to Rory's point just a minute ago, are just waiting there. Whatever club you take off the tee, there is a bunker waiting to catch you should you get one riding the wind or carrying off with the slope. Diagonally left to right, number 11. No fairway bunkers here at number 11, just mounds, just high grass, waiting to collect and gobble up an errant tee shot. But again, you're held accountable with these diagonal fairways, not just for the distance you hit the shot, but for the shot shape of the shot. And given the fact that you are riding the wind or trying to cut it up into the wind or draw it with the wind, again, it's going to ask everything of the player. Another unique aspect of this golf course are the sort of claustrophobic, intimidating tunnel approaches. As you set out in the fairway, and again, this is another diagonal tee shot, but the 4th, you think about this, the wind's going to be coming off the right tomorrow. This fairway slopes to the left, but as you set out there, you look at, and all you see are these big sand dunes on the right, sand dunes on the left, which partially obscures the left side of the screen. So it's just another thing to sort of complicate the approach shot, get in the head of a player. And those mounds and the bunkers that you saw short, they sort of foreshorten the shot. So making the club choice just a little bit more difficult. Forward to the 8th, it's, again, another tunneled approach shot. You're sitting out there in the fairway. It's to a narrow green, deep green, that sort of falls off to the left, and the green slopes left to right with a little mousetrap of a bunker over there on the right. And one of the features of this golf course is these sort of caustic turns in the greens, false fronts, false shoulders. So there's a lot to keep the players' interest and a lot out there to distract the player coming into these greens and off of the tees.
Overall, Paulie, just to reiterate, you've talked about it earlier this week, you do think this is a great golf course and a great test?
I do, and I think it's a real test of, you look at the correlation of the guys who played well the last time, Rich, there's a big correlation between hitting greens in regulation, iron play, and the guys at the top of that leaderboard. Some of the best iron players in the game, came to the top at that time in 2019. I expect the same here. But the big point is the one that Brandel made there. These fairways are not easy to hit. They're not straightforward. A lot of them are at angles, and you got to keep out of those fairway bunkers more than anything else. You're not making par regularly from those bunkers, and most of the time it's a 3/4 of a penalty shot where you can only advance it 40, 50, 60 yards.
Okay.